Look down on the floor. Check your pockets, check your car's cup holder or that little dish by the door. I bet you've got a few of these hanging around. The American 1-cent coin, the penny. It's been a part of American life for over 200 years. But in an era of digital payments and soaring inflation, this humble coin has become the subject of a debate. For nearly 2 decades, the penny has been costing America more than it's worth. And now, it looks like the end is finally here.
The penny is gone.
No, penny is gone. Is the nickel next?
By 2026, the US Treasury is slated to stop production of the penny. So why is America finally breaking up with the penny? And what will a world without it look like? Let's take a quick trip back in time. The very first US pennies were authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792. Back then, they were made of pure copper and were significantly larger than the pennies we know today. The reason for the penny? To establish a stable and reliable currency for the young nation. The penny, along with other denominations, helped facilitate trade and commerce. It was a symbol of the new American economy. The design and composition of the penny have changed several times over the years. The iconic Lincoln cent, featuring President Abraham Lincoln's profile, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Since the 1980s, there have been movements to try to get rid of the penny, spearheaded by late Arizona Representative Jim Colby, and then later by Senator John McCain. Recently, there has been a renewed focus to get rid of the penny after President Trump took up the initiative to get rid of the penny. The main argument for getting rid of the penny is simple. It's a money-losing proposition for the US government. The US Mint, the government agency responsible for making our coins, has been in a tough spot. For the last 19 years, the cost of producing a penny has been higher than its face value. In 2024, it costs 3.6 cents to make a single 1-cent coin. This is largely due to the rising costs of the metals used to make it. Today's penny is mostly zinc, with a thin copper plating, and the prices of both metals have been on a steady upward trend. When you're minting billions of these coins a year, over 3.2 billion in 2024 alone, that loss adds up. We're talking about an annual loss to the taxpayer of over $100 million. But it's not just the production cost. The penny has a utility problem. Think about it. What can you actually buy for a penny? Economists argue that the time we all spend fumbling for pennies at the checkout counter is a hidden cost to the economy. One study estimated that handling pennies adds about 2.5 seconds to every cash transaction. It might not sound like much, but when you add it all up, it's millions of hours of wasted time. Businesses have to deal with counting and storing them, which takes time and, therefore, money. And then there's the environmental cost. The zinc and copper in pennies have to be mined, a process that consumes energy and can release pollutants like sulfur dioxide and lead into the environment. The largest zinc mine in the US is also one of the EPA's top polluters. So if the penny has all these problems, why did it take so long to get rid of it? Well, for one, there's some powerful lobbying in favor of keeping the penny. The main player? The zinc industry. Their argument is that without the penny, the demand for nickels would increase, and guess what? The nickel costs even more to produce than its face value. Over 13 cents for a 5-cent coin. And then there's the 99-cent problem. The famous American culture of pricing many items with 99 cents added at the end. This item for $4.99, that item for $10.99. There are no combinations of coins without the penny that get to 99 cents. Without pennies, cash transactions would need to be rounded to the nearest nickel. Some worry this would lead to a rounding tax, where businesses would round up more often than they round down, disproportionately affecting low-income households more likely to use cash. However, the experience of other countries suggests this might not be a major issue, and plenty of countries have already said goodbye to their lowest value coins. Canada, our neighbor to the north, eliminated its penny back in 2012.
Pennies, Canada planning to scrap the penny. Production.
They implemented a system of rounding cash transactions to the nearest 5 cents, and the transition was remarkably smooth. Studies in countries like New Zealand, which ditched its 5-cent piece in 2006, found that prices actually went down slightly as businesses competed to offer the best value to customers. So, what would a post-penny America look like? In 2025, a bipartisan bill called the Common Sense Act was introduced in Congress, laying out a roadmap for the penny's retirement. If it passes, the US would follow a similar path to Canada. Cash transactions would be rounded to the nearest nickel. So, a bill of $1.02 would round down to $1, while a bill of $1.03 would round up to $1.05. Electronic transactions would still be calculated to the cent. And remember, there are already pennies in circulation in the country. Those ones aren't being removed. Only the production of new pennies is being stopped. This is an interesting observation on how money is changing. Loose change, which was a necessity, is becoming more of a nuisance. Perhaps there may come a time where the world will no longer use coins or cash at all. It might all become digital. Thanks for watching. If this video was valuable, press the like button and subscribe to our channel as we explore all the whys. And stay tuned for our next video on why eggs have become so expensive. See you in the next one.